day is going to be a short, finally, I guess I should say finally. We're going to go for a test drive. I'm not going to do an extensive test drive. This is just to make sure that the car is actually drivable. I'm going to go around the block well, I don't want to go a long distance anywhere, because if anything happens, at least we have a chance of getting home somehow. So I still have a couple of problems with this car. Namely, I still have my gauge cluster, which is not properly set up or registered to my car, so it doesn't really work properly. Let the engine warm up a little bit. I think the oil temperature gauge is working. I kind of don't believe the fuel gauge, what it shows. It's kind of strange. I think it's not reading correct. I wonder why. So I'm not 100% sure how much fuel I have in this car. I should probably go to the gas station, but I think my dual mass flywheel is really chattery. I've been promising to go for a test drive for a while. And I don't have keeping my fingers crossed, the check engine light on. It's not on, but once we start moving, things can happen. And the only light that I have at this point is the tire pressure that I have to deal with. So let's I guess let's go around a little bit and see how this thing moves around, how the exhaust sounds. I haven't driven the manual transmission for a while now, so I'm a little bit, no, I didn't forget how to drive it, how to shift and clutch and everything. That's like riding a bicycle, that's what they say. But yeah. Yeah, that's not a lot of driving, really. I mean, as far as driving, I want to take the car somewhere out on the back road, then let it stretch its legs, and that way we can actually have a better experience. So I have the new suspension, and it is set to the softest. I finished upgrading the rear spring somewhat. What else? Yeah, well, I have the exhaust installed, or changed, upgraded, installed. Yeah, it's a different experience, a totally different experience from automatic and such. My oil temperature gauge is not moving at all, so I don't know what the deal is. Maybe I'm not getting any signal to it, and that's probably the case. Yeah, I'm kind of suspecting that the gauge is not working. And I'm not sure if the RPMs are actually correct. So there's a couple of things to figure out still. So, well, let's go to, yeah, let's do it. So on this road, I can get to up to 55-60 miles an hour. Well, that's the sound of the exhaust. And I can get in the 6th gear. So the analog speedometer, that shows the correct speed as far as I can tell. The digital here is not, because that's 8 miles an hour. I'm going about 50, and the oil temperature is not doing much, so I think that is not getting the signal. So yeah, well, keeping fingers crossed. No check engine light so far. We're going to do a U-turn here. So, kinda, I can do it this way, like so. Go back. Some gas. Well, it's moving. Yeah, I definitely need to fix these gauges because the oil temperature is not moving at all. I guess the main thing of the cluster swap was to get the oil temperature, so I can see the oil temperature instead of MPG. And I guess I need to, I have a couple of things coming in sometime, so I will work with the gauge cluster in a few weeks hopefully. So where is it moving? It started. There's no way it takes that long for the oil temperature to start coming up. Oh yeah, it's moving. It's one notch off the zero. Well, 160. It's not a zero. It's 160. The first division. No, the zero division. Zero division is actually 160. Oh yeah, what an enjoyment. And that exhaust is definitely making a noise. Yeah, well, the oil temperature gauge is working, so I was wrong about that. It's 100, so the first notch is 160, and it's F. I wonder if I can get this in Celsius. That would be fun. European gauge cluster, that could be something. $160, 250 in the middle, and 340 the highest. So I'm not sure if it's calibrated properly either. So I will have to review all those things, like I said, sometime when I get a couple of things that I need to work with the gauge cluster, and that way Yeah, it's working. Just the readout is I'm not sure if it's correct. I guess that's what I was trying to say. So we're back in the garage. Yeah. Yeah, the oil temperature is working. The speedometer is working. It's making noises. What else? The fuel gauge, I'm not sure if it's correct because I definitely had a low fuel situation before I swapped the cluster. Now it shows over a quarter, almost half a tank. Some other. And the tire pressure, I still need to go through the settings and see how to disconnect it and make it not show, because I removed the tire pressure sensors. I don't have those anymore, so I don't want to use them. That's the status update as far as the project goes. Well, this is it for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.